You've heard from all of the candidates in the race for Ohio governor here on 21 News at 5. On the Democratic and the Republican side, their resumes are diverse, but who has a better shot at securing each party's nomination? With the campaigns already lining up with stops across the state, I sat down with two of our political analysts to get their take on how this race could pan out. From rallies to sit-down interviews. Others have criticized your recommendations. The candidates for Ohio governor are courting the voters. And on the Republican side, the sitting president.
With Vance and then with Marino, even though they were relatively unknown candidates, they both won the Republican primary, their Republican primaries, because of Trump's support.
21 News political analyst Doc Binning is betting candidate Vivek Ramaswamy holds the edge by having Trump's endorsement as it carries weight among Ohio GOP voters.
We would expect that that would carry significant weight in the 26th primary for governor of Ohio, even though those were Senate races. We would expect the weight to be carried over, but you know, like you say, we're a long way from this, and Yost has been around a long time. He knows a lot of people. He's got a couple $1 million. It looks like he's going to make a fight out of it.
The fate of Trump's agenda by the midterms could influence this race. When you look at the results in the past 5 gubernatorial races, Ohioans sent a Republican to the state house all but one time. Ted Strickland was elected in 2006, but lost re-election to John Kasich in 2010. That race was pretty close. Also, the race between Mike DeWine and Democratic candidate Richard Cordray was also slightly close. These races are all happening during non-presidential years at the midterms, like the one coming up, where turnout varied from 50% to 40%.
In years past, in cycles past, how much has that called a race or mattered in a race?
It's mattered a lot in Ohio. The problem is that Ohio increasingly seems to be becoming more Republican.
Removing the Trump factor from the equation, the promises to voters are focusing heavily on economics, including Ramaswamy's vow to eliminate property and income taxes, a plan met with cheers from his supporters.
It's absurd that he's going to eliminate, the revenue base for the state of Ohio simply and simply kind of wish, that the heyday of the factory days came back to Ohio. I mean, what would have to happen, which he's not going to talk about, is Ohio would have to institute a very high sales tax, which would hit everybody across the board, and it would make every single product that somebody purchased in Ohio more expensive.
Lone Democratic candidate and Valley native Dr. Amy Acton is reaching out to voters who are struggling with higher costs, promising to find support for child care, health care, and basic needs. Cohen says it's possible another Democratic politician like Sherrod Brown or Tim Ryan could resurface in a statewide contest, but it won't be right away.
On the Democratic side, there's a lot of wait and see. I think they want to wait and see what the political environment is going to hold in store for them as we get into the summer and maybe even the early fall.
Campaign cash is the other big factor. Cohen says Ramaswamy's personal wealth and any potential backing after leaving Elon Musk's Doge will make it tough for others to compete. Of course, we're going to follow those campaign contributions right here on 21 News at 5.